Blog Talk Radio.
Good evening, everyone. This is me, Jonathan Alexander, and I'm here to host our show, Life, Laughter, Happiness. Today, I have my co-host, Barbara, who will be here soon, and the subject of today is burying the hatchet with somebody. You know, when you have somebody that you really feel bad about the relationship that you had or the way that things ended, and you want to bury it. You want to, come to peace, and that's basically what this show is about. And Barbara, are you there?
Yes, I am. Hi, Johnny.
Right. And it was interesting because I realized that May 21st is Bury the Hatchet Day.
Oh,
and,
no.
Yeah.
No. You told me it was Strawberry Shortcake Day.
Well, it is that too, but it's also Bury the Hatchet Day.
Okay, so you're going with that?
Yeah. I don't think we can do a whole show on Strawberry Shortcake, but
no, go on with your story. I am listening
what I was going to say
now.
is that, like, for example, there's a lot of people that I wish I could kind of, bury the hatchet with. I mean, I didn't do it. I don't think I did anything wrong, but like we had this one, I won't say her name, but, she was a Playboy playmate who we've had, I had her on the show before you were around on the show, but it was like, I have tried to kind of make peace with her. She does a lot of tarot reading and she's also psychic and I have a number of times tried to reach out to her just to sort of get her to come back on the show because she was, but it's just that it's hard because it was one of those situations where I said I did something that I shouldn't do and it wound up taking her off and making her uncomfortable. And I mean, do you have anybody like that in your life that you kind of wish you could bury the hatchet with?
You can't just leave us hanging like that, Johnny. That is absolutely unacceptable.
What?
You go into your story, your experience, in really a kind of a climactic way. You leave us at the top.
Okay, well, I'll tell you kind of what happened.
And then you're just like, you drop us completely and then
okay,
ask me, do I have
anything
like that? Okay, no.
Okay, what happened was that...
Hey, Johnny, hold on.
What?
Before you go on, I feel personally, because I know you very well, I've heard your stories on air and off. Are you confusing two into one? Because it makes me feel like the person you're describing, psychic, tarot reader, that is not the same person as the rest of the description. It makes me feel like you're putting two together.
No, it's one person. See, what it is that I think what happened was that she gave me her phone number, thinking that it was going to be like a business number. I thought that it was a business number when I got it, but it turned out that it was a personal number. And I called twice at home, and that didn't go over real well. And that was when that, which led her to, she said to me, she goes, you're a really nice guy, but lose that number is what happened. So I just kind of wish I could make peace with her. That's a certain, thing with burying the hatchet, because she really is, she was a really sweet lady when they had her on, and I wish I could, make peace with her. Does that make sense? Barbara, you there?
Yes, it does make sense, Johnny, but we've already tried that. We've been there, done that. We've tried it. I remember now. They're not
Right.
interested. Yeah. They're not interested in coming back and appeasing you.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they never think about it. Maybe you're thinking about it for the rest of your life. It's not their problem. They don't feel like it is. So my advice is to you bury the hatchet by yourself,
Right.
without them involved, because they don't want anything to do with burying a hatchet, because they don't even know that there was an issue or a hatchet to bury. They're never going to give you what you want. You're never going to get satisfied. So you can lollygag and with your tail between your legs for years to come and feel the same way you feel right now. Or you can decide to change it right now and let it go. What's it going to be?
I guess you got to let it go. I mean, you're right. You can't just keep going around trying to be friends with everybody. That's not going to be realistic.
It's not even about that, because you're still reaching for why. Oh, friends. Oh, I can't be friends with everybody. Not everybody is going to like everybody. It's not even about that. It's one moment in time. You crossed paths. You had some great moments on air. She took something wrong. You took that really wrong. There was no, which I understand, there was no communication after that. Because a lot of people in entertainment business, beautiful women, especially Playboy Playmates, they're busy and they move on. Yet you let it be a ball and chain, and it's there. And I've been hearing about it since the day I started working at Life, Laughter, Happiness with you, Johnny. So I know you just said, I guess it's time to let it go. Well, how do we do that? Why don't we thumb back through some previous Life, Laughter, Happiness episodes and get in contact with some of these really great people that you and I rub elbows with, which are the top of the top of the top experts in their fields.
Mm-hmm.
And you have that right at your fingertips, Johnny. Why don't you call David Essel and get your complimentary 20-minute personal... he's going to go over everything with you in 20 minutes to have your questions ready. So we do this all the time throughout the week. You deserve to take advantage of it. You are interviewing these people, and you're getting them on Life, Laughter, Happiness along with me. I want you to use that, because I think that you need a little therapy to get rid of this, what did you call it, a guilt or...
guilt, yeah.
No,
and I mean,
it was something else, the topic of our show today.
Oh, bury the hatchet.
Yeah, bury the hatchet. You need to bury a hatchet, and you can do it without the other person, the other party involved. I believe you can. It's only common sense.
Now, do you have a story like that?
Can you be, please, more specific?
A story where you really wanted to bury, about somebody that you really wish you could bury the hatchet with without mentioning their name.
Do I have a story like that? Do I have an ongoing story? Do I have a story where it was like that? No, yes. I don't think so. There is no hatchet. I have no hatchet with anybody. No, I don't. So, is this really our topic? Because I thought we rested on a different topic. I really do. Could you read the whole entire show description, please?
Yeah, it's Bury the Hatchet with People is May 21st. Patch-Up Day.
No, there's another national holiday today. Oh, Strawberry Shortcake Day, isn't it? Okay. Well, lo and behold, I love strawberries and strawberry shortcake and all that. So I actually did a strawberry shortcake little movie one day, and I'm going to feature that right after this. So if you don't know anything about Barbara Moore, go follow me on my Instagram or my Twitter, along with Life, Laughter, Happiness, of course. All right.
I will tell you
it
this,
all, right,
though.
Sonny?
Yeah, I was going to tell you this. Speaking of strawberries, though, every year on my birthday, which is a week from today, Mom always bakes me this strawberry cake.
That's right. You love strawberries.
With
And
that
oranges.
strawberry cake. Yes.
Okay, the strawberry cake. I want to know something, though. The strawberry cake from your mom, is it by total scratch?
She uses a recipe, but it's like every year she gives it to me. It's this big tall cake. And,
How tall? How tall?
Well, it depends on how big she makes it. Sometimes it's 3 layers, 4 layers, 2 layers.
Ooh, tell her to make it really tall. I love it.
Yeah.
I love feeling inside. And this is wonderful. Your mom is so great. Priscilla just recently had her birthday, May 12th, which is in your same birthday month. And she told me that the cake I got her was her favorite cake of her lifetime. She couldn't get over it. She took videos and pictures of it. It was a white cake, and it had all the little sprinkle balls, like totally all over it, just a layer of them, like an armor of sprinkles. And then I wrote Happy Birthday, Priscilla on it very prettily. So I'm so glad that you get a special cake. And if you didn't get a cake one year, how would you feel, Johnny?
Well, but sometimes, she has wanted to have everybody around. So, she has done things where she's gave me a different cake for my birthday and then gave me the strawberry one later on. That is one thing she has done. Yeah.
Well, probably because she really realized how much you loved those cakes.
Mhm.
I gave you one of your gifts early because I wanted you to be able to plan something special for your birthday, to travel somewhere. You said you wanted to have Uber gift cards, which are on your Amazon wish list. Shout out to Jonathan Alexander's wish list on Amazon. Birthday,
and I had another
May
friend,
28th.
she ordered me a $50 Uber gift card that should arrive by Friday.
Ooh, you're going to be traveling really well. Make sure that you get everything you need prior, your local gas station or CVS or whatever, Walgreens, whatever you have. Stock up on your frozen margaritas and champagne, Tupperware flutes, because you want to travel in style. And when you pick up your lovely ladies, they're going to expect a refreshment, Johnny.
Now, have you ever taken Uber?
Oh, yes, all the time. And so does my daughter, on my account, by the way.
Oh, wow.
Of course. What do you mean? I also take Lyft.
I didn't know you could use somebody else's account.
Yes, you can. And the kids, the teenagers, it's legal. I checked it all out because sometimes it's more safe, and they want to keep those teenagers safe. If they need they need a ride, they're there for them. They don't take it away from those kids. And I'm glad because Priscilla recently got in an argument with a friend and felt like she wanted to get out of that house, and she was able to call it Uber, which got her home. But I told her, I don't even like you doing that, because a really late past midnight ride like that, nothing usually good happens after midnight. That's a quote from somebody. I had a boyfriend, and his mother used to say that. I think that's a little early. Nothing good really happens after, let's say, 1:32 a.m. when the bars get out and they're closed and people have gone home. Nothing good's happening after that time, because that's when streets are desolate and there's not as many eyes and ears.
Mhm.
So we have to just go day by day and be as safe as we can.
That's true.
What's your biggest wish, say you could travel anywhere, but I'm going to make it more, I'm going to make it more specific. For your birthday, if you could travel anywhere, but for rides, like as in amusement park rides, where would you
I
go,
see.
Johnny?
You're not talking about like going on a vacation, right?
No, if you could go on rides anywhere in the world that you've heard of, a special amusement park where you have wanted to see rides, where would that be?
Well, that's a good question. I would say, I'd have to think about it. I mean, I do know this though, that when we went to Disney World, I felt really strange because the kids kept wanting to go in the haunted house like 3 or 4 times. And the problem that I had with that is because I've talked to people that work with Disney. They've been all over the place at Disney. Disney is filled with wonderful things and to do and see and everything. And if a kid decides that he wants to ride the haunted house 3 times, then we're really there just for that kid. They're there for the nephew. You understand? They're not really there for everybody because, you understand what I'm saying? So, I don't know.
Yes, Johnny, if you ask me if I understand, I'm going to say something. Yes, I do understand, and that sounds like a story you should have talked about on our I Can't Please Anybody show. And are you talking about your nephew with autism?
One of my nephews, yes.
Okay. So we're going into your favorite place to go for your birthday to a bad memory of how the whole family was doing something for one person because nobody could say, hey, no, we did that once or twice. We're going to move on. Now you're going to have to go on with the program. We're not going to be slaves to you and your wants because we think maybe there's a temper tantrum coming that we're avoiding. No, we're the boss. You're going to go over here. Is that not what happened?
Well, yeah, it's like I was hearing about all the things like the Universal Studios tours, the like how there's places where you could just all sort of things about the park. Like there's this one place where you can drop something in the big mailbox. It'll take weeks to deliver, but it'll deliver it. How Disney World has its own phone company called Southern Tinkerbell. It's just that there's a lot of things these people, they just don't really, it's like we never really get to find those things out because, you want to ride the haunted house a few times. So it's like, you're really missing a big piece of what the park is like, And the thing is,
are you saying that you would like to go with one or maybe it's just one other friend where you could do what Johnny wants to do?
Yeah, I'd like to go to Disney World, but I'd like it to be an adult thing, just so that we could at least say that we were there and we saw a lot of stuff.
Instead of just a haunted house 10 times.
Well, it seems that way. It was like we would, and it was more like, Dad said that he took everybody to the park, but it seemed like it was more of an appeal to the grandkids, instead of an appeal to, what everybody. Yeah, there's tours.
Did you express your concerns to your father?
I didn't go when I went back again. The thing is that you need to also understand that an autistic kid is going to require a lot more maintenance. It's going to like, for example, like the characters in like there's a lot of things to see. I just wish I could see it all or see more of it, But if you want to go see something like 3 or 4 times, it it defeats the whole purpose, and
Johnny, okay, we get the point. Why don't you make your dreams come true and go with a friend, an adult friend, and make a
yeah.
point to really say, hey, these are the things I really want to see. What can we do in one day? Let's appease both of us, and let's have fun. And here's our lunch break, and where do you want to have lunch, and kind of plan it out, because it is an expensive thing going to a park for a day.
Where did you last go to Disney World?
I never have been to Disney World in Florida, but I've been to Disneyland a few times, and it's been a while, but I'm planning on going soon.
Oh, really? When did you last go to Disneyland?
When Priscilla was 5, when my daughter was 5 or 6. So we're going to go in July. I'm planning it right now. We're going to go to Disneyland, yay! And we're also going to Knott's Berry Farm.
Now, is Knott's Berry Farm, or what is that? That for some reason, when I first heard the words Knott's Berry Farm, I thought it was, I thought it was I thought that Knott's Berry Farm was an ice cream factory. For some reason, that's what I thought.
Really? No.
Yes.
Knott's Berry Farm really is, I think it was a jam, like a strawberry, where they would pick it and make the jam. They're very famous for their jams. So Knott's Berry Farm, the kids say that it's wonderful. Because I live down here in Orange County, which Disneyland and Knott's Berry Farm is really close by. They all know all about it. And Knott's Berry Farm is apparently the best and most entertaining. I think it has scary rides. That's why.
Why would you say that about Knott's Berry Farm?
Because the kids are saying, I'm hearing from the kids that it has really scary rides.
Oh.
So I'm going to go to Knott's Berry Farm and Disneyland in July.
Did you ever go to Six Flags?
Yes. I also have flown over in an airplane. Remember Lorenzo?
Yes.
He was a pilot. He took me up for a joyride when he still owned an airplane, and we flew over Six Flags Magic Mountain. That was cool. We were way up, of course, flying up high over the roller coasters and around. So I don't believe that is near here. We're near Disneyland and Knott's Berry Farm, so that is over there. And then we also, Lorenzo and I, we went on very scary rides together. Just the two of us, and that's what you have to do. You have to be on the same level, wavelength as the other person. Hey, I'm there for the scary rides, or I'm there for a touch of everything, or let's just mellow out and chill out because I have a couple day pass here. You really need to communicate. But when you go with your entire family and you have 2 nephews that have autism, you can't really expect your complete wishes to come true.
Right.
So that's cool. That's cool that's where you want to go. You want to go there again. You want to go to Disney World again. You're not that far away, are you? You're in Destin, Florida. How long would it take you to get to Disney World, Johnny?
Oh, that would take a flight. That would take about 8-hour flight, but it wouldn't. The flight wouldn't be that long.
8-hour flight from Florida to Florida?
Yeah, it's
8-hour flight, Johnny.
Well, actually, not an 8-hour flight. No. I'm just saying it would
drive.
take an 8-hour drive. Yeah, but the flight would probably take it out an hour or so.
Yeah, just take a little flight over there with a friend of yours and do it. But you have to make that goal. I am going to Disneyland and Knott's Berry Farm in July. Okay? After July 31st, you guys, all you listeners, can ask me how it was. And I will tell you, because I will do it. I will be going. I am going there, and I am doing it.
All right. Do you want to do the shout-out?
Oh, sure. Thanks for listening, everybody. Hey, if you have a hatchet to bury and there's nobody to work with you on burying it, then don't worry about it. Bury the hatchet alone. You can do it. You don't need anybody else. All you need is a little mind power, and just tell yourself it's over and move on. If you do need more help, please contact me, Barbara Moore, or Jonathan Alexander for more information, and we will set you up with the proper person to advise you or care for you or be your life coach or read your palm, whatever. We have it, don't we, Johnny? We could send somebody anywhere and they're going to find an answer, because how many scientists and mediators and psychics have we interviewed over the last 5 years, 12 years?
Quite a bit, yes.
200 probably or more.
Not 200, but we've interviewed a lot. I mean, there's, I don't know what the number is, but it's been
and we have
enough.
Our favorites.
Yes.
We have our favorites. We have the ones that we use. We have our favorites. So we could lead them to all kinds of ways to help them in their lives. So bury the hatchet, and if you need help doing so, contact us. How's that? Now go over to Blog Talk Radio, where you're on right now. Follow us to get all of our show alerts. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Life, Laughter, Happiness. Follow us everywhere. Thanks, everybody, and have a wonderful night.
Good night, everyone.